All right, Lady Ada, what is this?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Show and Tell, something that we do every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. We have people coming up from around the world through their video screens, through their webcams, coming on this video chat and showing up what they're working on, whether it's hacking, making, soldering, 3D printing, sewing, crocheting, or more. We'd love to see it. I also have some Adafruit folks from people working on Adafruit projects and stuff.
This is your opportunity to see all the top secret stuff, which really isn't top secret because we show it every single week.
But it's like coming soon.
But you get to see a lot of work in progress, and you get to meet a lot of people at Adafruit who are working on all the things that you know and love. So,
and from best friends from Digi-Key, Kevin.
So
we'll kick it off.
First off, let's beam in Kevin.
Hey, it's Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin from Digi-Key.
Good work being Kevin.
What do you got going on this week, Kevin?
Beaming in from Thief River Falls, Minnesota. So I decided to revamp my large format clue a little bit, and I added 2 of these 64 by 32 matrix displays, and I have it running off of one matrix portal. And that was actually very interesting to make that work. For some people, it's probably way easier than it was for me. But it basically right now it's set up as if it's one long 32 by 128 display. And I was able to cut the image up and make it fit. And it sounds really hard, but actually with the program I use, it's really easy to split the logos and make it work. So basically my clue board looks like it has a much better display than it did before.
It looks like the real clue display. I mean, it's square like the clue display, and it's got like color. It's nice.
Yeah, I can't get my camera any closer. The picture looks way better. It's pretty washed out on the video.
Yeah. No, we believe you. All right. Well, what's next step for this?
Next step for this is I need to finish 3D printing the buttons. I would like to make the buttons functional, so they actually are the same buttons that are on the Matrix portal. So you can change the input. You can maybe scroll through images or whatever. That's going to be my next progress on this. And it's a pretty big board. I mean, here's the original clue.
Yeah. Or you're very small.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Kevin. And
I did want to mention something. So we're going to talk about this on Ask an Engineer, but DigiWish is up. So I'm going to.
DigiWish is up.
Yeah. And we see all the tweets flying by and more. Kevin, tell everybody what DigiWish is. And Digi-Key did not ask me to promote this or talk about this. And I can't enter. I can't enter. But this is really neat, and everyone in our community is entering. So maybe you could tell everybody about this.
Yeah, I absolutely will. So this is a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting to talk about this, but this is great. So if there's any year where we want DigiWish to make an impact, it's this year, because we all know 2020 basically was a bust.
Yep.
But DigiWish, if you post on social media, #DigiWish, and tell us what you wish you could have from the Digi-Key website that is under $100, we will randomly pick winners throughout the month of December and send it to you free of charge.
Going to be Adafruit stuff?
Absolutely. It should be Adafruit stuff. The Matrix portal with a couple Matrix displays, you know?
That'll do it.
And I see some Adafruit stuff here.
Yeah,
and this is really neat. I see this when I'm glad y'all do this. And every year I see a lot of folks, they're delighted. They get the things, they tweet the things, put it on Facebook, Instagram, and all those places. So thanks for doing this, and I'll mention this on Ask an Engineer as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I like to do what they want and pound hashtag, however you want to describe it.
#Jewish, and we'll randomly select winners. And I did see Lady Ada's Instant Lab, or whatever you wanted to call it. I don't remember what it was called. But
toolkit's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, great stuff. So please post on DigiWish, and hopefully you're the next winner.
Yes, it doesn't have to be endless. Anything in the catalog, and there's millions of
anything on the Digi-Key website that is $100 or less. And I'll give you a hint. Don't go $100.01. There's a formula that will just kind of be.
Yeah.
But there's nothing stopping you from asking for one capacitor.
You can do it.
Be that mad lad and
we have had people ask for that.
That's cool.
All I want for Christmas is a feather. You know, it's good. Feathers are great.
Yeah, straight to the point. They know what they want.
Yep.
All right. Thanks so much, Kevin. Maybe we'll see you next week.
All right. Take care.
Happy DigiWish.
Thank you. I'm going to stay warm with my toasty tea.
All
okay,
right.
next up, Trevor.
Trevor's from Adafruit. Trevor, what are you going to do? What are you going to show? What's happening this week?
All right. So I'll show you guys this. I'm working on I'm extending the AR app. We have a fortune teller portion to the app now. I'll show that really quickly. So with this MagTag right here, I'm running a slideshow sketch on it. So with that, you'll see that different tarot cards are going to pop up here on the screen.
Yeah.
And the app scans the cards. Minerva pops up, and she tells you your fortune, which is pretty cool. So a few major improvements from last week. I've added like a fortune teller turban that I made in Cinema 4D. I've also added some ambient lighting, and also this app can now recognize 5 tarot cards: the Hermit, the Strength, Temperance, Tentacle, and Star. So in the future, we're planning on adding some voiceovers for Minerva for talking. That would be kind of dope. So yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Okay.
All right. And if folks want to know kind of where this came from, if you ever seen the movie AI, just go on YouTube and search for Dr. Noe. And Dr. Noe came out and like all these things. So this is kind of the idea behind this. Yeah. All right. Well, keep coming back, Trevor, and thanks for showing this off this week.
Will do. Peace.
All right.
All right. Later, Trevor.
Okay. Next up, we're going to go to Melissa. And Melissa's screen.
Hello.
What you got going on?
I have a MagTag board here that I haven't done anything to yet, and I have this Adafruit ESPTool, as you can see on my screen. So I'm going to go ahead and start by plugging in the MagTag, and then holding down the DFU button and pressing the reset to put it into bootloader mode. Then I'm going to go ahead and hit connect. It doesn't look like you can see the pop-up, but I'm choosing the ESP32S2 on here and hitting connect. So it goes ahead and connects. And then I can go ahead and choose a file. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this bin file for the MagTag and hit open. And it's going to go ahead and erase it first. And then it goes ahead and just starts writing to it. And so I'll just show you how it's pretty fast. This actually changes the baud rate to the higher speed here. It takes about 45 seconds altogether to write it.
You do it halfway there.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how. I'm going to use this tool to put CircuitPython on here.
That's right.
Yeah, we needed a tool for us, and then we said, well, if we make a tool for us, it's probably something good for everybody else too.
Yeah, this is because, I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you're a Mac user, your Python may be able to install ESPTool, but 50-50 of the people who have asked to do that have not been able to, just because the Mac Python setup is so odd sometimes. So having a web-based tool to program an ESP32.
All right, so now it's programmed.
Okay, I'm going to hit reset.
Hit reset.
And
47.6 seconds.
Now I'm going to wait a minute, and there is now a CircuitPy drive on my thing, and it's running the Hello World app on there.
Yay! All right, excellent.
That's neat. And even if you're a professional developer, as they say in the biz, having a web-based tool like this is not only probably what you want, and probably where everything's heading, where a lot of these things are going to be on the web.
Yeah, I really like Web Serial. I mean, Web USB was really cool and an excellent start, but Web Serial is where it's at, because we can talk to the built-in ROM bootloader on ESP or like anything. COM ports are so popular, serial ports, that I'm really glad Chrome added a way for JavaScript to talk to serial ports.
It's nice not to have to set up an entire tool chain just to drop a file.
Yes.
Anyways, thanks so much, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thanks.
All right.
Good work with this. I know this was a challenge.
Yeah, I'm really happy. It's pure JavaScript. It's all is, so it doesn't upload any files to any servers or anything like that.
No. People are like, could I program it while on a train? Yes, you could. Plus, also trains have web.
That's the test.
Internet.
Right.
But even if you didn't.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much.
Okay,
Next
thanks, Melissa.
up, Noe Pedro. Noe Pedro, what you got going on this week?
Hey folks, yeah, this is our table here. We have some festive looking MagTag stands. So we got a horizontal version. They kind of look like I was going for a list, kind of like a scripty list, like Santa's list, right? But it ends up looking a lot more like I don't know, a Santa sleigh, because it's in red, right?
Yeah.
So I got 2 different versions of it. We got horizontal, vertical. Very, very simple. I'm using these thumb screws, or you could use the magnet feet as well. And yeah, that's just kind of what we're working on. real quick. Yeah. Real quick, just a quick update on the sign. We wired up the Metro ESP32S2. So I have CircuitPython running on that and using the LED animation code for CircuitPython. So it's running CircuitPython now with the new S2 ESP32.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so we'll be doing a learn guide in the coming weeks, and we might do some more finishing touches to it, like paint and, of course, sealing it for the outdoors. And then
it's so bright, the camera's like, what's going
Camera
on?
doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it.
Oh, it's very
yeah.
But it's awesome because it's just like, oh my God, rainbows.
All right.
Okay, cool. All
Thanks
right,
so much,
thank
Noe
you.
Pedro. We'll be showing your sped up video and more on Ask Engineer Night.
Thanks, folks.
Nice.
All right, Dan, what you got going on? It looks
Okay,
like
we
you're
can't hear
doing.
We can't hear you, but we can see.
Yeah. It might be Dan trades. Dan, you want to work on your mic and we'll come back to you? We'll do that.
Okay.
This is a preview of what Dan's going to show. We'll leave it as a surprise. All right, next up, let's go to Scott. Hello,
Hello.
Scott has a big microphone. You can even see it. So you know.
I do. It's giant. Yeah, so unrelated to CircuitPython-ish, I did the BLE BroadcastNet stuff ages ago, where the Raspberry Pi collected a bunch of data based on BLE broadcasts. And I live in Washington State, and we just got access to the exposure notifications. So like on my iPhone, you can see that it's active. And if it's not active for you, you can sign up to be notified on the same setting. So if you go into settings and then exposure notifications, you can say, yes, I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
This is, in my opinion, the gold standard for how to do the proximity-based exposure notifications using your phone. So basically, it broadcasts out every so often to basically gauge or track who you've been near for long periods of time. And there's settings about like what counts as an exposure that is all left up to your local health authority. But what I wanted to do is we just got access to it on Monday, and I wanted to take a look at the adoption of the people around me. So I can't keep track of who's who because the broadcasts have random numbers that change randomly. So lots of details about that. But what you see here is I'm graphing the number of unique devices that I'm seeing with this. And so this is when it started. And then you can see during the day that it does peak up in the teens here. And then this is last night where it comes back down to about 5 or 6. So that's unique devices per like some time period. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like the baseline for my wife and I. And then the other stuff is people going by. So what I'm curious about is like over time, how adoption will change, like basically how big these peaks will get during the day.
Yeah, and that's just from home. So this is people within your proximity, like.
Yeah. So it's like my neighbors and the people that walk their dogs by.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad considering it just came out.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple posts already on the day that it was released, and it was like 700,000 people had signed up or something.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, you had it for like a month or so. 2 months?
No, even longer.
Longer. Yeah.
Even longer, and we've been out at pretty large outside events, so maybe we haven't been close enough to people, or thankfully, like no one had COVID. The way it works is you have to say like, "Hey, I have COVID," and then it notifies people throughout that chain anonymously.
Right.
And they say,
you can even see, you can see here in the app if it adjusts, like the blue line there says share a COVID diagnosis. Like it's always up to you. And what that does is it basically, you've been broadcasting random numbers for a while. And when you share your diagnosis, you share all the random numbers that you broadcast over that time window.
Yeah.
And then people can download all those random numbers and see if they've heard any of them. So it's really well done from a privacy perspective, as far as I can tell.
We were talking before this, and I said, "Yeah, Scott, show this off," because I think this is like, we don't have that many tools, everybody. Like this is one of them, and like a lot of really smart technologists kick the tires on this. They're like, "Yeah, this is the right way to do it." Like, contact tracing, and there's things that we can do. Like this is one of them. So maybe if it's in your state, install it if you can. If you're interested.
Yeah, I think so. I think it will make that contact tracing process quicker.
Yeah.
Right. It's just a tool for that. Like they should still have people involved, but like it should make it easier, meaning that fewer contact tracers can help more people.
Yeah. All All right. Well, thank you so much, Scott.
It's the way to go. And wear your mask.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Scott.
All right. Next up, Erin. Erin, what you got going on?
Paint your fish.
Hello. I want to show off my aquarium project. So this week I got some fish because I'm at home all by myself all the time and it's lonely. And I really have been enjoying putting, I actually have a strand of these little NeoPixel dots, which are really cool because they're submersible. They're encased in resin and they're really super tough. So I decided I wanted a underwater strand of lights inside my aquarium. So I'll just go ahead and show a little bit of video of it since I can't hold it up. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Like I got the copper tape along the top of the tank that is working as a capacitive touch switch. So it'll just switch between different color modes. And I really like this blue color mode because I got these Tetra glowfish. They're genetically modified fish that actually fluoresce under like a blue or black light kind of color. So I've been having a lot of fun messing with the different color palettes and varying the lights under the seashells and seeing if I can make my little fish happy. Just launched that tutorial on the Learn system. So if you want to build some lights into your aquarium, I've put up all the code and everything.
I think this might be extremely popular. A lot of people have, they do want to put lights under their aquariums, and they're like, how do I do that? I'm like, well, I don't have an aquarium, so I haven't tested any of our lights to make sure that they'll be submersible. But like if there's one thing that Erin knows, it's fish and electronics underwater. So you're the pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the same lights I used in my mermaid tail. So I knew it was going to work. So
cool.
All right. Thanks so much, Erin.
All right. Thank you, Erin.
All right. Next up, let's go to Dan and see how his microphone.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah,
you sound great.
Okay, great. Okay.
What do you got going on?
So we've got, you see, we have yet another MagTag here, and what I've been working on is low power for Circuit Python so that you can put the MagTag or some other board to sleep while it's not doing something interesting, and then wake up and do something. So what I've got here is a little demo that's going to the Adafruit quote server. That's not stock quotes. That's like quotes by famous people. Same thing that shows up on your packing list. And so you can see every 20 seconds I'm getting a new quote here. And in the background here, I have a power monitor. So I'll put this up in the corner here. And you can see these plots here where it wakes up, it connects to the quote server. First, it finds the Wi-Fi network, connects to the quote server, downloads the quote, and then waits a little while, and then displays it on the e-ink screen, and then goes to sleep. And while it's asleep, while it's awake, you can see up here, the show and tell is covering up what it says. But I'll move this down a little bit here. You can see, it's like 50 milliamps, even higher than that, like 160 milliamps is this spike here. So it's using up a fair amount of power. But when it's asleep, it says it's like 0.3 milliamps or something like 300 microamps is what we're talking about here, or 250 microamps. And this little calculator here in this thing will say that, if you had a 1 amp hour battery, 1,000 milliamp hour battery, it would last 33 hours running this program at this speed. So that means that you can run this program for much longer than you would otherwise if you didn't go to sleep.
You're connecting like every 10 seconds. So like normally you wouldn't be even connecting that often. You'd have an hour or two in between, and then you could calculate how long it would run then.
Right. Like if I changed this to a minute, the battery was going to last 77 hours. And if I changed it to an hour, the battery would last much longer. So this will be in the CircuitPython beta in the next day or two, and it's already available. I will post some stuff in the chat about where to find a sample program and how to download this particular version for your MagTag.
Yeah.
All right.
Go into the CircuitPython Discord to get more. I know people have been waiting for deep sleep. We want to do it right. Dan has been working tirelessly. He has gotten no sleep while working on the deep sleep.
The sleep goes into the...
The sleep is conserved. Okay, cool.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much again. Go back to sleep.
All right.
All right. JP, what you got going on?
Yeah, so hey, that is very cool. I'm looking forward to the deep sleep. Also, I have to say, I have 2 Macs that I develop on, and one of them I'm able to update the ESP32 from on the command line. But I'm looking forward to Melissa's because the other Mac that I have is just a Python hellscape of Anaconda and virtual Python.
No, this is the thing. It's just Max. Like,
I'm never going to fix that.
I actually don't want to tell you how to fix it because I'm afraid that I'll make it even worse.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want that on me. So I'd actually rather pay Melissa to write the JavaScript.
Yes. There are things working on this machine, and I don't want to break those, so I gotta just have this new.
Like a week is going to be spent, so like I'd rather just do it this way. So we're going to have instructions on how to upload it with this web tool.
So I just wanted to show this is kind of a little bit of a technical tools and tips kind of thing. This is something I showed yesterday on my product pick of the week, which was about this little active I2C terminator, the LTC 4311. This is what allows you to make a really long run of wire to an I2C device like a sensor. So I actually have a sensor in the back of my shop there, a light sensor, and I used that all the way here. So it's about like a 40, 50 foot long Ethernet cable that I have plugged between the two. And this terminator makes that possible. And Lamore said, hey, if you're going to use an Ethernet breakout to do that, you can double up your lines to double the fun. So I2C is a 4 wire connection, and I've made these into this little spring adapter, spring terminal adapter we have here. I made these little sort of jumpers to solder each of those wire pairs to and plug them.
Yeah, I'll just give you like slightly thicker wires. I think it might help. I don't know how much it helps, but yeah, because people wanted to like put an I2C sensor really far away, and I'm like, this is kind of the best way to do it.
Yep, and this is the most common 8-conductor wire all of us have tons and tons and tons of around. So unless you have a bunch of phone cable, which I do, I might try that sometime too. But this adapter made it really convenient and easy to do it with this.
I don't like phone cable because it's got that weird, like it's not really wire.
Oil garbage that isn't wire.
It's the non-wire wire. So I like it for that reason.
Yeah.
All right, well, good work.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, JP. And we'll be showing your product pick of the week highlight on Ask an Engineer Night.
Super. Thanks, all.
All right. Next up, we're going to go to Jepler.
Jepler.
How's it going, Jep?
Oh, we can't hear you either. Oh, no. Dan stole your voice.
We will come back to you.
All right. Let's go. You want to check out with Liz?
Yeah, we're going to go to Liz.
Liz.
Hey, Liz.
Whoa.
Hello. Got like 8.
Wait,
Hi,
Jeff. Okay. Now we can hear you.
So I'm working on an internet-connected kind of Christmas countdown, but it doesn't make for the most exciting demo because it depends on what day it is. So it changes 24 hours, yeah. So I thought I'd just quickly talk about the code. So basically, this bitmap has all the numbers already on it. So I made these little circles with display IO and put them into an array to cover up the numbers. And then in the loop, it's grabbing time.local time, which grabs all your month and day data. And so here where it's tracking the day. And so if the day changes, then in this for statement, it fills in the balls that are covering up the dates with none. So it makes it transparent so that it reveals the correct day. Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, you're going to benefit also from this deep sleep code because you can sleep for a day in between.
Wake up and then you can do this.
Wake
up.
Okay,
I was going to say, yeah, deep sleep will be next.
All right. Well, Dan is happy to deliver.
All right. Thanks so much, Liz.
All right, thank you, Liz.
Have a good one.
Right, we're going to go back to Jeff.
We'll check back with you every day to make sure that.
Let's see. How's your mic going?
All right. How about now?
Yeah.
Hi.
All right. So I had a guide go live in the Learn system today, and it was using a cadence sensor on the exercise bike to start and stop YouTube. So I was just going to briefly show how I developed it, and you can put the cadence sensor on a string and just kind of give it a little whirl around. So, not a lot of sweating, but I also had this nice little development setup with a LCD screen and a Pi on the back, and you just sit there and you program on it like it was a legitimate computer. And the Adafruit Blinka.BLE worked just great to get the data from here into here. So if you're into that, if you're into doing anything with Bluetooth BLE devices, I mean, we've talked about doing pulse sensors or, other kinds of stuff that would create an interactivity of physical workout that you can then mediate through the Python device.
Yeah, we figured like people were stuck at home, but a lot of people had like, some people even had old exercise bikes that they just kind of ignored for a long time, but now they're like, well, maybe I
need to do something this winter because it's not going out in public.
Well, the gyms are open, but maybe you don't want to go to them.
Right.
So I thought what was neat about this was when we were younger, cadence meters had a little magnet, and so you'd have to have the magnet that was sensed to know when the wheel turned. And I really like that this cadence sensor is completely it's completely standalone.
Yeah, there's an accelerometer in here.
A lot
and
easier.
it says like once a second the number of revolutions to the computer.
Yeah, it's like way.
And the battery's going to run for a year in this thing, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of low power.
Yeah, no, these people because they really want it. So like when it moves, the accelerometer turns it on, and then like it might even sleep for a few milliseconds in between. Like it is so tuned because their whole job is to make it last forever. Okay, cool.
And then just a little second thing. There's this font set with a bunch of icons, and I'm working on getting it to work in CircuitPython programs. This is from Font Awesome version 4.7, and you bring it into CircuitPython as a font, but there's a bug to be fixed in the label library because there's no letter M in this font, and we can't display fonts unless they have the letter capital M in them. So funny little thing, pull request will be coming, but adding little icons like these to your CircuitPython program, I mean, it can really spice it up. Like say you want to do a GitHub thing, there's a GitHub. Say you're going to do a cocktail thing, there's a cocktail one.
That's handy because you don't want to do all these graphics yourself.
We should do a PR.
Oh, absolutely not.
Logo.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you.
All right.
Good night. Thank you.
Jeff.PDL delivering some good stuff this week.
Jeff.PDL's always delivering.
All right. Okay, next up we're going to go to Foamguy and then to Joey. Looks like we have exactly enough time for 2 more people, and we have 2 more people.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Dan.
I'll go quick. So this week everybody
everybody loves this project. They're like, come on, get over.
Yeah. So this is on the MagTag, obviously. This I will also be using Dan's deep sleep code once we get out of here. This will show the progress through the year. It updates once a day. So I've had it running for a few days now, and it just updates in the morning to show you the progress through the year. And then there's also one other version. I'll try to run it here. I don't know for sure if it's going to work, but we'll give it a try. And it's going to show the percentage of the translated CircuitPython project from the Web8 API.
I love the barcode grayscale. It looks so good.
Yeah. So it uses the progress bar library. It uses Adafruit IO to fetch the time. And then it uses the MagTag library. So thank you. Big thanks to Melissa again. So the MagTag library made it super easy to pull that data out of the API without having to worry about so much of the details. Just kind of tell it what you want to get, and it will pull it out for you. So that was super nice. And the guide for those went up today too, if anybody wants to check it out.
Yes.
All right.
I think this will be very handy for like really big, simple displays. You just want to show percentage.
Yep.
Good work, Tim.
Thank you.
All right. Joey, play us out. How you doing? What you got going on?
Howdy, y'all. A lot of MagTag projects this week.
It's all e-ink this winter.
Yeah. I have one as well. So I've been working on this kind of event-driven UI system for CircuitPython, and I was kind of building this like proof of concept of a chore track you put on the fridge. So just use up and down to go between buttons.
Yeah.
And so let's say we wanted to add a chore, and we're just going to get a list here of available chores. Let's say
HyperCard for your fridge.
Wait, I gotta ask, did you change the lookup table to make it?
I did, yeah.
Okay, I'm like, damn, you're fast.
Yeah, I used the, kind of a quick version similar to what I use for the open book stuff.
No, this is awesome.
It ghosts a little bit between screens, but I mean, it's but yeah, so then you could, you just add the chores and they'll just sit there waiting for one of the roommates to come and unload the dishwasher.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so it's just a cool little proof of concept project for this kind of UI framework. But yeah, works really well in the MagTag.
Yeah, one of the things that we wanted to do is make it easy and universal to do something like HyperCard for us who are older, because it was like it wasn't around when there was the internet, so you had to like think about how to get forward and back and make menus and make decisions, and you could do interactive things like games or stories, but you can also do something powerful like assign tasks or do other stuff. So this is really neat to see this. Like, this is what I don't want a internet connected refrigerator. I want a refrigerator magnet that does something like this that I can like change and turn into whatever I want. So good work on this.
Totally. Thank you. Yeah, and I'll put the code up later tonight.
All right, this is great for you because your book's going to be able to use deep sleep, all these fonts,
all these stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So once humans are hanging out together again, we still need to film making the open book.
But it's going to be perfect because we'll have all this new code available. You'll be able to run on it. It'll be good.
Stuff. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks, Joey.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, that's our show and tell
Perfect timing.
for tonight, everybody. Thanks so much for coming by. This is the best half an hour of our week every single week. Please continue to stay safe, everybody. That's our public service announcement. There's a bunch of stuff going on in the country. People had traveled. Please, if you did travel, stay in one spot, get tested.
Yes.
Also, wear a mask. We only got a little bit longer to get through this. Please continue to do that. We'll see
We live
everybody.
together, so we don't miss.
Yeah, there'll be someone in the comments like, why did you guys wear a mask? So we'll see everybody next week. Ask an Engineer starts in like 1 minute. Bye-bye.